Pawlowski, all that good stuff. I just literally ran an 18-minute 1.1 miles. And it was difficult. I haven't done that in a long time. I don't even run usually. I walk. So it was just like the whole time. And I did it though. And I praise God. Thank God I did. But not too much going on today. It's Saturday, obviously, here in Pennsylvania. And there's just there's stuff stuck in my lungs for one thing. There's not really much stuff to do, but like for me, I did basically everything I had to do today, which is good. Keep me in your prayers though, guys. I totally forgot to tell you guys this, but I have a medical issue that is being addressed. Kind of. Not my coughing, that's just because I ran. It's more of a other problem. But I pray, I pray for you guys, yes. But I wonder if you guys could pray for me because I need prayer. It's something that's been going on way too long. And it could be like, I don't know, not cancer. Hopefully not. But it's just something that I'm in God's will though. So like, I'm okay with whatever happened. Because here's the thing. There was a time a while ago when this priest who's still living, it's very interesting. I forget what his name is, but you could Google something that I'm going to tell you about. But his name was Father Capuchin. I totally forget his name. He wanted to be a victim for sinners. And what it means is like, God will send you like devil crosses and things, and you bear them and you raise that like prayer life or prayers for the sinner, and then like sinners will convert or whatever. So I read about this like years ago, and I thought it was the coolest thing because this guy literally got cancer because of it, and he offered up all of his sufferings for sinners. And I just have to kill a bug real quick. Oh my gosh, I've got stuff on my window. In my car, by the way, if you can't tell. So he offered up all his sufferings for sinners. But the thing that's really interesting about it is he was cured from the cancer. And now he just, lives life and still offers up things for sinners. And he even said if he had to die for sinners, he would have done it. He said and it's so true. Like, Jesus died on the cross and offered it for sinners. But like, there are so many people in life today that are just going to hell. I'm not saying like right now, but they're headed that way. And it's sad in a way because, nobody wants to see them in hell. But they're choosing that. They're choosing, sorry, I'm just reading something. They're choosing that path of destruction, the way to hell. And it's very interesting that I would bring that up because the Blessed Mother was like back in the olden days. I want to say this was in like 1917. I'm not really sure. But she appeared to these 3 children and she said, pray for sinners. They're going to hell like snowflakes are falling, like snowflakes fall. And I was thinking like snowflakes fall pretty slow, but then I'm thinking of like how many they fall. And I'm like, that's what she was talking about. And it's like, that's terrifying. These are not souls going to like, limbo or purgatory. They're going to hell. And if we don't like do penance and prayer and fast or whatever for them, they're staying there. The people that are in hell, Judas, are there for a reason, but they're there forever. And there's not a time or a moment that they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm safe. I can go out. I'm sorry or whatever. And it's a scary thought that hell is forever. But then you can think of the other side of it and think that like heaven is forever too. And that's one thing I want to talk about today too is sorry, I'm kind of losing my voice. Heaven is a real place. Okay? So Jesus compares it to a I should look it up, but I can't look it up while I'm on live. But he said like a guy finds this treasure and he loves it so much that he buries it and he goes and sells everything he owns and he goes to buy that treasure. And it's just saying like heaven is so worth it. And I totally believe that. I've never been to heaven before. I wish, in a way, because if I went to heaven, I wouldn't have wanted to come back. But I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up on comments. Somebody said, but cancers are so easy to cure. I don't really agree with that. I mean, maybe, if you believe miracles. Mango Cat said 6'7". I don't know what that means. Bailey said he greens. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to crack my knuckles. Bailey Green said, hi. Somebody said, half of you answer these questions, I'll subscribe. Okay, I'm so confused. Okay, so but the medical problem I have, it's just something that shouldn't be happening in my body, and it is, and I'm just leaving it up to God. Like, if he wants something, it's a long story, but I would really appreciate it if you guys prayed for me. I really would. And it would be great. It would be great. I'm not dying as far as I know, but it's just not fun. But I can offer that up for sinners. Yeah. Hi, Kim. She said hi twice. So we give her two waves. Guys, not to brag or anything, but I am so thankful to you guys for like watching this, for like being there for me. I have like 135, I think, subscribers, and I remember it was so cute. So cute. I was watching this the other day. It was when I first I could first go live, and I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, oh no, it was before I went live. That one was cute, but before I went live, and I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, like 12 more subscribers and I will be able to go live. And I'm like, yay, and all this stuff. And it was pretty interesting because I was so happy to like just go live. And I thought that was so cute. Someone's behind me. Is it Jesus? Why am I saying cancer isn't easy to cure? Well, because cancer, there's no actual cure. Some things help. Some things will cure it in the long run. But, like, as far as I know, you can't really just cure it. Prayer could probably do that. It's funny you should bring that up, though. So, my friend, my sister-in-law, well, it's my friend, too, this girl. Keep her in your prayers, by the way. Her name is Rebecca Sherman. She has cancer, and she has breast cancer, and I don't know what her deal is. I don't know everything about it. I just know she's very young. She's like 39, if I had to guess. And she has a lot of kids, and she's just the brightest little gem. And so pray for her, too, because it's not like God's blind to her pain, but sometimes he wants us to ask in order to receive something. Yeah. So, okay. So I'm going to talk about 3 things today. Probably not any of them, and then I'm going to go. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was God. Like, I know we've talked about different things over the years about God. Someone is behind you. Look, that is so freaky. I'm not going to look. Or will I? It's Jesus, I told you. Speaking of God. But God is such a loving God. But he's also justice. And I learned that. I learned that when I was actually in the psych ward. Made you look. I knew you were going to do that. Something on my face. I think it's chocolate. So for those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure I have a chemical imbalance. And basically what it means is I just cannot. Hey, Kim, you should subscribe. Everyone should subscribe at this point. So I have a chemical imbalance. I can't function without medication. As far as I know, I'm not going off meds right now to find out. But there was a time sorry, something popped up on my phone. There was a time about 2 or 3 years ago that I did get off medication. I got off cold turkey and I went ballistic. So many different things went on. But one of them was that on Sunday, when I don't work Sundays, I worked. And this just shows how screwed up I was. It's kind of funny, but I worked. I did Grubhub and different things. And then I got in my car and was determined to leave where I live with my mom, which it does get aggravating, but not like that bad. So I get in the car and oh, thanks, Kim. Thank you so much. I get in my car to leave and I start driving to go to Nashville. Okay, so for those of you who do not know who Cole Swindell is, don't get me wrong, he's not really that cute, but since I was out of my mind, I thought he was cute and I wanted to meet him or something stupid. And I left my house and, en route to go to Nashville, and I didn't eat, I didn't sleep, I didn't have money, my phone was dying, everything that could go wrong was going wrong. And I was getting tired and I went to a gas station and it was just ridiculous. And then it got to the point where I mentally started breaking down, physically started breaking down, at this gas station. And I'm like, okay, what is my name? My name is Faith. I started mentally breaking down, physically breaking down at a gas station. Anyway, so I left my car at a pump, went in the ambulance, went to the hospital, finally came back. My car was gone. And I'm like, where's my gun? My car, it's gone. And they're like, oh, you can't leave that at a gas pump. We towed it. And I'm thinking to myself, what? I have no money whatsoever to do any of this. So I start walking on foot. I was so clueless. I had no idea what was going on. But I started walking on foot to go back to my house, and I didn't know where I was. And it's the middle of the night, and there's dogs barking, and my pants are ripped, and there's truck drivers almost about to hit me, and it was just, okay, thank you, Kim. But it was ridiculous. And so eventually I called 911 from a really weird store. I swear, guys, don't ever go off meds if you're not supposed to be off meds. And I called 911 and they came and they were like, we could take you to the hospital. I'm like, can you take me back home? They're like, we could take you to the hospital. And I'm like, okay, Kim. And I'm like, I guess so. I was just thinking a hospital, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm getting a little off the subject. This is a really long story, but I do have a point to it. So I'm taken to the hospital in Connellsville, I believe. And anyway, so I'm there and they weren't addressing the issue. They weren't letting me get out after I, coped or whatever. And so I had the bright idea, and well, it's God's idea, to just run out of this emergency room, with my gown on. And I did. I ran past the first set of doors. I ran past the second set of doors. And I ran out and just ran up the street. Didn't know where to go. What? Didn't know anything that was going on. And eventually, this cop comes and tries to get me. And guys, I didn't know I was this strong, but I kind of put the cop's head in a lock, a headlock. And I'm not lying. I should have went to jail for what I did. Not literally, because I was trying to defend myself. But I said, don't touch me, Tim. And he did. He grabbed my shoulder, and I like grabbed his head, and I like put it in like a lock or whatever. And he was like struggling, and I got scared, so I let go. Anyway, so they took me to the hospital, back to the hospital, but put me in the psych ward. And I was terrified. I didn't know why I was there. But being the kind person I am, I just started like trying to, what is it called? Like help people to like become Catholic or see God and different things. I sang songs, just different things. Anyway, this one day, oh wait, before I get to that. So this one day, I'm just mad. I'm like, I have been here because I stayed there for like 2 weeks and 2 days or something. But I'm like, I'm so mad. So I go up to the window and I'm like looking out at like everything and the sun's there. And I just begged God for a miracle. Like, just help me. I don't want to be here, you know, all that stuff. Guys, I'm not kidding. As I looked out the window, the sun started coming towards me. And then it started going in like slow little circles. And then the sky became darkened. And there was like a figure in the sky that looked kind of like the moon. But it was like bigger than the moon. And it was like really angry and like kept being angry. And then I saw this was all like throughout time. And then I saw my Kia Sorento, like my car, leaving this gym where I used to go. And I didn't know why I saw that. But I asked God later on, he said, because that's what this guy saw, you know, the back of my car when I left one time at the gym. And he's just saying, pray for this guy. Because this guy used to like total, I don't know what the word is. He was not okay. And I liked him probably because I was out of my mind. And just, he needs a lot of prayer because he doesn't even believe in Satan, but he believes in God. And he's just on the way to, I don't know, hell or something. So he told me to pray for him. And then it all like went into like a sunset that was like beautiful. And after that, I was like, I should draw this. So I should draw it again because I don't know where that paper went. But I drew a picture and I made the sun kind of swirl a little bit. And I said, God is love, because this is the depiction I got from it. God is love, but he's also justice. Meaning like he's not a lovable teddy bear that can't fight back. Like he's justice. And he even says that seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his justice, his righteousness, and all things will be given unto you. All things, you know? But I'm just like, there have been so many miracles since then that have happened in my life. One of them, thank God and thank Mary that this happened. So one day in the psych ward, there was this guy. He was my caseworker. He was kind of sketchy, I'm not going to lie. And one day he was like telling the other people, he said, she thinks she's getting out. She's not getting out. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was terrified because I'm like, and it was funny because me and this one kid kept trying to break out. But, okay, Kim, cool. So, I went in my room and I started to pray the rosary. And eventually, Mary got me out. She did. She actually did. And it's just hard to tell the story because it was so horrid. I truly believe. Oh, say hi, Izzy. Hi, Izzy. I truly believe that psych wards are hell on earth. I don't know how else to put it. Some are worse than others. But if you're ever considering putting someone in a psych ward, just try to imagine where you're taking them, because do what? I don't know. But like, try to imagine where you're taking them, because now if they're going ballistic, they might need to go somewhere, you know, the hospital or get on drugs or just different things. But like, there's this place in Pittsburgh called Western Psych. I'm not joking. That's where I was one time, and like, it was hell. Like, I was convinced I was in hell. And I took my scapular, which this is my scapular. I showed you guys this before. See? It shows that that the Blessed Mother will get you out of hell if you ever go to hell. And so I took that and put it on the window, and that's when they started kind of getting me out of there. It just, I don't mean to be so bleak. Like, these stories are so like crazy, but my point was, God is love, but he's also justice. And if you think about that, it should help you with like what's going on in the world and the wars and just different things. Like, God is aware. Like, he's love, you know, and he's peace and all that good stuff. But he's also justice. I think that's something good to remember. So that was the first thing. We talked about God. The second thing I wanted to talk about was health. Like, health is wealth. Like, are you guys taking care of yourselves? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating enough? I'm not. Are you drinking enough? And I don't mean water. I mean like drink. No, I'm kidding. I don't really drink that much. But like, taking care of our bodies is so important because we are a temple of the Holy Ghost. Like, God dwells within us, and we have to take care of it the way we would take care of basically God or something. You know what I mean? Not that we're God, but wait, somebody said my mom died yesterday. Are you actually serious? My dad died before. R.I.P. So, but like, self-care is so important. I had a time in my life where I did not like myself. And I was 15, and maybe that's the age you like start to figure out yourself or whatever, but I'm just trying to take my hair out. I did not like myself. I thought I was stupid. I thought I was illiterate. So I did this thing where like, I wouldn't allow feelings or emotions to take place. I wouldn't reach my potential, and I really wouldn't, because I wasn't like, you know, believing in myself. And I think that's something that's part of self-care, is like pampering yourself and believing in yourself, and, you know, and just taking moment by moment, you know, the time, and just, you know, because let me be completely straight honest. People will come and people will go, even like husbands or, you know, pastors or different things. But you need to love yourself. And I actually do this sometimes. It's kind of corny, but I'll be like, I love you, Faith. But like, it's just true. Like, loving yourself is so important. So make sure you do it today. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was relationships. This is really fun to talk about all this stuff. But I'm going to be completely honest. I've never been in a relationship. That's why I wear this. This is my God ring. But, okay. So backing up a little bit, I've talked to guys like via, you know, text or whatever, but I've never actually dated someone, which can be a good thing, because there's so many bad people out there, literally. But I think that I have this problem with keeping, like, I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like, I'm going to be completely brutally honest. Sometimes I feel like there are no good guys out there. And I know that's not true, but I feel like almost insecure or something when I think there are good guys out there, because it's very hard to believe that for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there are good guys out there. There have to be, because they're good girls, and They might be few and rare, but like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like for me, for you guys, if you're single, there's going to be a day when like a guy or girl is going to light up your world. And it's kind of like something just like a shooting star. Like, you just will be like swept off your feet and you won't know what was before, basically. And you'll just be in that moment and in the next moment. And you'll be just thanking God and different things, because it's from this verse in the Bible: delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And I just feel like, at least for me, I always think like, oh, the desires of your heart, like it'll come, or, you know, eventually, or it's just not my desire to get married. No, God knows what he's doing. And he'll bring, you know, this guy or this girl into your life when it is time. And one thing I will say is, as I was watching my live video, it was a short, one of my shorts, and it was saying how it was really cute. I don't normally watch my videos, but it was cute. And it said the reason you're not with that guy or girl is because you have to be love, and then you have to be love, and then they'll come into your life and then you'll love them. Meaning, like, don't worry about or stress about anything that's going on. Just be love. That's what God calls us to do. And eventually they'll come along and you'll be loved to them. And it's not like you have to like worry about anything. Like, it'll happen. Gosh, I've been talking a long time. So I wondered if you guys wanted me to sing a song. I don't know how good my voice is going to be because, that, but, Roblox. Do I have Roblox? No. I think it's the video game. I don't play video games basically because I suck at them. Yeah, or I did at least when I was 17. But so yeah, so I wanted to talk about that. The last thing was relationships. Just don't give up. Do not give up, because you have no idea what's coming next. You have no idea. So there's nothing to worry about. And one thing I love this verse because God has said it to me a couple times. Is that tomorrow will take care of itself. And it's so true. Like, tomorrow, there's no use worrying or, you know, anything. Like, even hardly setting your alarm, that's different because you need to wake up. But like, don't stress about it because tomorrow will take care of itself. It's saying like, don't worry because God's got this. One thing I have noticed on here is that I constantly talk about God on here, which is good. But it's funny because I don't really do anything else. I mean, I sing sometimes, but yeah, it's just funny. Yeah, so I hope that helps. I hope that you guys understand that you are so loved by God, and in 5 years you'll look back on this video. It'll come up in your For Yous if you subscribed, and you'll be like, she was so right. Like, everything came true and my dreams came true, and you know, all that. Let me see if I can play a song. No. And guys, don't hesitate to ask God for help. Even if it's just a quick, God help me. Thank God, because I'm trying to get in the habit of asking God for help when I really need help, and he will always help. He will always help. But other than that, guys, I think I'm going to go here soon. But pray for me. I will pray for you guys. Where am I? I'm in my driveway. And yeah, it was really nice talking to you guys, and I'm glad we talked for half an hour. And be safe, be cool. Love yourself. Love God. God bless. Bye.